you know, if I just wait long enough, I'll get really good. That is, I change as I age. That is, I'm really different today than I was 10 years ago. And I'll be really different tomorrow than I am today. Guess what, folks? Not true. You kind of are who you are. And your strengths take you to where you, in fact, want to go. And so one of the things that we're learning based upon this is that if we can get people to understand what they're really great at and then work on that every day. Now that doesn't mean you have to change your job or you have to go someplace else or you have to do anything differently. What it does mean though is that you try every day to spend a little bit more time doing what you're great at. Now, enlightened employers, enlightened universities, enlightened parents are working hard to get people into positions where they can in fact perform from the place that they're really in fact where they have greatness. Now, for those of you that are parents, this is a huge, huge opportunity and issue. I can remember my son. He reminds me of this all the time. You see, I wanted to be a doctor, and I couldn't get an A in organic chemistry. You should have helped me out. So I couldn't get into medical school. So I was bound and determined, though, that there would be a doctor in the family, right? So I pushed, and I pushed, and I pushed. And finally, my son goes through medical school. He gets a surgical residency. He's in his second year, and guess what? He hates blood. He actually fainted. Calls me up, and he said, guess what? This isn't working out so well, Dad. And because medicine is so rich with other opportunities, he's now a molecular biologist and physician and runs a great lab down at UC in San Francisco and has a great life. But as he is prone to tell me, my dreams were not his, and vice versa. Our kids have their own abilities. They are not necessarily ours, as our employees, as our spouses and significant others. So you have to remember that we really don't change that much as we grow. And if you put effort into what you're really great at, you get really that much better. The second great myth: if you work on your weaknesses, they'll surely improve. Think about that one for a second. If you work on your weaknesses, you'll get really good. I'm here to tell you, if you put in time, effort, and lots of money and investment, you can go. I guarantee you this, you can go from really bad to mediocre. And then you're sitting there saying, hey, what happened? Fortunately, this describes my golf game. The fortunate part about it is I don't have to make a living playing golf, thank God. But I will never be great at that. I like it, I enjoy it, but it's not one of my strengths. If you take the same effort and put it against what you're really good at, you improve dramatically. You improve dramatically. So take a moment and think about that great report card meeting that all of you have had with your kids. You know that one? They come in, A on biology, A on social studies, B on mathematics, D on typing. So what do we say to our kids? What the hell happened to typing? Go to your room and start doing the da-da-da-da, until you can do it really well, and then come back and see me. That's about 300 years. And your kids back there are saying, well, what about the A? What about the B? You see, we load people for really not a great experience because we focus very often on their weaknesses. That is profound to all of us. And then lastly, the third great myth is that you cannot change and improve on your strengths after a certain age. The great thing that we know today is that the brain is very plastic. That is, it's malleable. It, in fact, has the capacity to grow and develop throughout your entire lifetime. And so you can get better at what you're good at if you try a few new things. Take up a new language. Try a musical instrument. Try something new that takes you into your realm of your strengths, but is a different variety. And you will, in fact, find that it makes a huge difference. Now, the other thing that we're finding is, this is profound in your world. If we can get kids, faculties, focused on strength-based education, it's a huge development. Makes a big difference. So I applaud you doing a lot more than some of the places I'm teaching, starting in September at UC Berkeley, a couple of classes. This is a foreign topic to them. We're just now starting to introduce it. And so you're well ahead of the game. But don't forget, the stronger you are, the more you can do. The stronger you are, the more you can, in fact, provide others. It's a big, big opportunity. The second thing that I would point to you in terms of positive kind of opportunities is the power of recognition. The power of recognition. From those studies with the prisoners of war, we saw the power of negative reinforcement. But what happens when we turn that card over and we start to let people know what they're doing that's really great? We start to provide people recognition for what we, in fact, identify as their contributions. I do this kind of program all over the world. And about this time, typically it's a little longer, but I'll ask everybody in the audience, tell me about how your boss or bosses have provided you recognition. You know what I get? About zero. Tell me what it was like for you growing up as a kid. What was that